What industry did you decide to pursue a career in?
Sports and entertainment.
And how long have you been in the business for?
35 years.
Over these last 35 years, what has been the most amount of money that you've ever made in a single year?
$34 million.
$34 million. And what happened that year that you were able to make over $30 million?
Real estate boom.
Yeah?
Yeah, real estate doubled.
Right.
And so all the real estate that I had doubled in 1 year. And ironically, what follows a great increase follows a great decrease. And it was just a few years later that I lost over $100 million.
That's incredible. What happened that year that you lost $100 million?
I learned that lesson, ask for help. So I had a huge line of credit at my private bank. And in 2008, when I needed about $5 million, even though I had a $40 million line of credit, very quickly I realized when I walked in and they said, hey, nobody told you have a cap of $1 million line, you got to reapply. And in 2008, it was much more difficult to get the lines of credit that were necessary. And so when you have a huge economy, an economy that can afford you $30-some million in 1 year, things move very fast. And that's how I ended up losing everything. If I just would have asked for help from someone that actually knew financing, knew banking, I could have really done well and I'd be sitting in an entirely different situation now. I lost everything and made it back, but I would have had about 10 times as much if I just would have asked for help.
What's the number one mistake you see business owners make?
They don't know the golden rule of business, which is stay in business. See, the first rule that I have every day, and I have the biggest waiting room in the history of waiting rooms. There's about 65,000 seats in my waiting room, so things are going well. But the reason they're going well is because I have one rule: make sure I'm in business tomorrow. And so once I started following that directive, I'll never go out of business because I'm not going to sleep until I guarantee I'm in business tomorrow. Everything else is gravy because I know if I stay in business, sooner or later, if you learn to love what you don't love or don't like, if you learn to love what other people don't love or like, if you do it consistently and persistently every day, life and business will tell you all its cheat codes. It'll tell you all its secrets. And when you know the secrets, this game is easy, but you got to be in the game. So you got to guarantee that you're playing the game, which is why the number one rule in business is to make sure every day you stay in business.
Among yourself and the most highly successful people that you study and know, what is that one trait that they all have in common?
Consistency. It's a simple skill, but the simple things to do are unfortunately simple not to do. You see, people that do things every day allow for the physics, metaphysics, and quantum physics to work in their favor. If you do something every single day, it accelerates, it aggregates, and it creates exponentiality of outcomes. Consistency is the number one habit. It's actually the habit machine of habits, but you have to be consistent. In fact, 2 minutes a day is worth 2 hours on a Saturday.
Break that down. Why is that?
Energy is behavior, and so is money, for example. So even as far back as Einstein, when he explained the rule of 72, compounding of interest, it's really compounding of energy. See, energy has three characteristics. It aggregates, it attracts like energy, it accelerates so things happen faster, but most importantly, it creates compound interest. It creates exponentiality. So people that are not utilizing that consistency, they get 1 + 1 + 1 every day. Those people that understand the physics, quantum physics, and metaphysics get 1 + 2 + 4 + 8 + 16 each day.